Gas now over $5 a gallon for the national average, happened over the weekend. In fact, today, another new all-time record high set again at just about $5.02. Diesel, $5.75, and in California, almost $6.50 on average. 5 more states, by the way, today are closing in on $6 a gallon gasoline for statewide averages. And that is just the beginning. That's just the beginning. Inflation is higher than it's been in more than a generation. The 8.6% year-over-year mark is the worst it's been since December of 1981. December 1981. Where were you in 1981, December? Can you remember? That's when the economy was trying to climb out of the failed policies of Democrat President Jimmy Carter. It was a struggle. It was ugly. Thankfully, Ronald Reagan was there. But unlike late 1981, the inflation rate today shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon, but instead appears to be picking up speed as the socialist policies of the Biden White House are imploding on top of ordinary Americans and their families. While wages are going up, all of those gains are being wiped out by skyrocketing prices just about everywhere you look. And the worst part is, helpless Joe Biden and his band of nitwits in the West Wing seem determined to stay the course, no matter who gets hurt or how badly. In fact, for millions of Americans today, this is something they've never seen before. It's something they don't like. This is Joe Biden's America. Welcome to it, circa 2022. What we are witnessing in the United States is the Great Reset, but it's not the one imagined by the World Economic Forum or by the pontificating windbags behind the doors of the teachers' lounges or the ranting professors lecturing us all on the dangers of whiteness and the alleged rise of domestic terrorists under the flag of white supremacy. No, it's not those folks. And that's not the reset. The Great Reset we are seeing in America right now is a hunger for the freedoms laid out in the United States Constitution. A flat-out, across-the-board rejection of socialists. Socialism and the entire big brother government machine that's grinding so many Americans under its wheels right now. Americans of all backgrounds, all colors, all creeds, all levels of education, all religions, all of us are collectively joining together in ever larger groups, rejecting the statist mentality of the left-wing Democrats. We are saying no to Joe Biden, no to Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, AOC, Ilhan Omar, George Soros, Merrick Garland, Barack Obama, Michael Moore, and all the rest of the loudmouth big government windbags that want to secure their own power and wealth by stealing yours. America is resetting to the principles of the Founding Fathers, thank God. We are rejecting open borders and war without end. We're saying no to building other nations while our own citizens are suffering. We're saying no to exploding gas prices and failing energy policies. We are saying no to every damn bit of it right now. We are preparing for a great reset. And right now, my number of GOP seats to be picked up in the House of Representatives is 58. 58. I know. It's a lot more than anyone else is willing to tell you, but I do the homework and I can do the math. 58 is my number right now. It could go up. In the Senate, the pickup is 5, which is also more than anyone else will tell you because they quite honestly don't have, well, the balls to tell it to you straight. The Great Reset is coming, all right, and it's coming in 2 parts. First, in 2022, and the next chapter in 2024, when 7 more seats in the Senate will go red, along with even more House seats. The Democrats will be little more than a regional political party. There are so many reasons that less than 18 months in, Joe Biden's presidency is effectively over already. It really is. He is a lame duck. And when Joe Biden says the buck stops here, what he really means is the money from the dirty deals that Hunter gets by selling the Biden name. Because when it comes to everything else, Joe Biden blames everyone else for his blatant incompetence and failing administration. If you don't believe me, just listen to this.
As part of his plan, I know this doesn't sound like a plan, but first and foremost, he respects the independence of the Federal Reserve.
The troubling figures could spell doom for Democrats in the upcoming midterm elections this November as Biden lashed out at Republicans, shipping conglomerates, Russian President Putin, and oil companies today.
Exxon made more money than God this year.
A new poll shows that only 28% of U.S. adults approve of Biden's handling of the economy.
So it's Putin, it's the oil companies, it's never Joe Biden. The buck stops here only when dirty Joe Biden gets his money from his his addicted son, the junkie Hunter. Now, if you think I'm overstating just how bad the situation is for Joe Biden, consider this. All right? Consider this. When asked over the weekend about her support for him running for president again in 2024, AOC, she wouldn't say. Think about that. AOC, Joe Biden's going to be the guy. He's going to deliver on all this. He's the man. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wouldn't say whether she would support Joe Biden if he ran in 2024. Listen.
Before we go, I just want to ask about President Biden. He is saying he's going to run again in 2024. Will you support him?
You know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes.
That's not a yes.
Yeah, you know, I think we should endorse when we get to it. But I believe that the president has been doing a very good job so far. And, you know, should he run again, I think that I think it's we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
But right now we need to focus on winning a majority instead of a presidential election.
We'll take a look at it. I'm not endorsing Joe Biden for any reason, she says. I mean, that's really what she said there. She's not going to endorse Joe Biden for any reason. I mean, how could they possibly at this point? Fact of the matter is, she won a strange primary to become who she is. She unseated a long-term, what was considered to be a far-left Democrat, and came in with her brand of socialism, followed by a few others. But it is that brand of socialism that has become the cancer of the Democrat Party. They are the cancer of the Democrat Party, dragging them so far to the left that most Americans don't recognize Democrats anymore. They don't recognize their priorities, don't know who they are. When you've got the majority of Democrats, well, all members of Congress are millionaires. They're out of touch with ordinary Americans. I mean, these people don't know a plumber or a school teacher or an electrician or a guy that does road work for the county. They don't know these people, and they don't care to. Union members? Yeah, teachers, other than that, no. And only the leaders of the teachers' unions. Third grade teachers in middle of nowhere, Illinois, don't know those people. Don't want to. That's the Democrats today. That's the problem. I'll be right back. It's the Steve Gruber Show.